Hello everyone, I'm Thu. Let me ask you a question. Do you know anything about network fundamentals? If not, don't worry. Victoria and I will be your teachers today explaining all the basic concepts. So what is a network? It is a group of computer systems and other computing hardware devices that are linked together through communication channels. When the devices are connected, they are able to share data, such as sharing an internet connection. The connection between computers can be made by using the switch or wirelessly. For this way, more than one device can connect to the access point over time, but without a messy cable. The access point can also be connected to the switch with a cable. When computer network devices or other networks are required to be connected, hubs, switches, and routers are the bridges to link them together. They all have the same function, but they are not exactly the same. A hub is used to send out a message from one port to other ports. All the messages sent will be received by all the computers, but only the aimed computer can respond. The switch is used to handle the data and knows the specific address to send a message, which is more efficient and providing a faster network speed, while the router is programmed to handle and route the network traffic, which can connect at least two networks together, such as two local area networks. Okay, another basic knowledge that is also important in network fundamentals is network topology, which is the arrangement of nodes, usually switches, routers, or software, and connections in a network. There are a couple of different categories of topologies, wired and wireless. The most common topology is the star. In this topology, all the computers are connected to the central wire point, such as a hub or a switch. All data in the star network passes through the central point before continuing to a destination. Some other topologies are the bus, the ring, the mesh, the tree, etc. Besides that, a client and server networking model plays a vital role in computer network. It is a model in which the server provides a network service to other computers that acts as a client. It sounds a bit tricky, right? But the concept itself is very straightforward. So it's basically the client requesting something and the server serving it as long as it's present in the database. For example, for a user to access the internet resources, the client and server need to cooperate with the other. In this case, the clients that allow the user to communicate with our computers, computer peripherals such as the computer screen to display the data, and the software. The server stores and retrieves data requested by the user and transmits it to the client. Moving on, there are different types of networks. The first one I want to talk about is the local area network, also known as LAN. Its meaning is exactly like its name. It covers a local area such as school, office building, or residence. Ethernet, which is a set of protocols for exchanging data, and Wi-Fi are two most common technologies used for LAN. By contrast, a wide area network WAN covers a wider area than LAN. It connects two or more local area networks over a potentially large geographical distance. An example of WAN is the Internet, which is a collection of smaller networks using the same protocol and sending messages to reach final destinations. Hold on, don't give up. What's more is the virtual LAN. It is a network of computers that behave as if they are connected to the same wire despite the fact that they may be physically located on different segments of LAN. Then it combines the user station and network devices into a single unit that allows traffic within the system to flow more efficiently. The fourth one I would bring up today is the wireless LAN. Similar to its name, it is a wireless distribution method for two or more devices that use high-frequency radio and often include an access point to the internet. Please note that wireless LAN is different from LAN in a way that it is completely wireless, while LAN needs physical access like connecting the wires to the switches or the routers. Next, we have the storage area network. It is a specialized high-speed network that provides block-level network access to storage. SAN is used to connect the storage devices with servers and improve the performance by segregating storage traffic from the rest of LAN. Moving on to the interesting part, what exactly is the Internet and what role does it play in the network? The Internet can be defined as a network of computers network distributed on all over the globe. that relies on a shared set of communication protocols, collectively known as TCP or IP. It is a huge distributed network that sends data around as little packets. For example, there is a video stream that needs to appear on a computer. It will arrive as a series of packets instead of one gigantic file. The internet and the network seem to work in the same way. However, in the network, one entity has the administrative rights to manage it, while no entity controls the system in the internet. Besides internet, an extranet is a controlled private network that allows access to partners, vendors, and suppliers. It is often a private part of the website and restricted to users through user IDs, password, etc. Looking at the diagram above, we can see that the intranet is designed to use within a smaller group in the organization that allows access only to the employees, while the extranet allows access to a broader group and the internet allows access to everyone. Don't lose your focus, we've still got some more to go, okay? Another type of network I want to talk about is VPN. A lot of you use VPN as your network, but wonder how it works, right? Its full name is Virtual Private Network. VPN gives you online privacy and anonymity by creating a private network from a public internet connection. It masks your IP address so your online actions are virtually untraceable. It also uses encryption to scramble data when it's sent over a Wi-Fi network, which makes data unreadable. Alright, have you guys ever heard about a personal area network, also called PAN? It is a network covering a very small area. Typically, these systems are wireless and involve the transmission of data between devices such as smartphones, computers, etc. The best known wireless PAN technology is Bluetooth, and the most popular wired PAN is USB. Moving on, a peer-to-peer network is created when two or more PCs are connected and share resources without going through a separate server computer. In other words, each computer on this network will become a file server as well as a client. The only requirement to join this network is an internet connection and a peer-to-peer software. Let's think about the importance of standards in the construction of networks. Imagine what if you communicate with your friend in English and your friend talks to you in Spanish? It would be very, very confusing. That's right, we need a common language to communicate with the others. Same as in computer networking, standards play a crucial role in communication. Without standards, manufacturers of networking products have no common ground on which to build a system. In networking, a protocol is a standard set of rules and procedures for computers to use when communicating with one another. By setting a set of protocols that can be universally understood, it makes it easier to understand and compare competing products. It includes the Internet Protocol, which is used for the proper functioning of the Internet, such as TCP, the Wireless Network Protocol, which is important for the proper functioning of Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and LTE, and the Network Routing Protocol, which is needed for deciding the best way of downloading for a device. These protocols enable compatibility for a common language. We are looking into subnet mask, ASCII, and UNICODE in this part. The subnet mask is used in the network for computer or router to determine the IP address. Each IP address is unique and each computer must have a unique IP address. One way of network communication is by ASCII, which is the most commonly used format for text file, computers, and the internet. Computers themselves only understand number, and ASCII is the numerical representation of a symbol and a character set. Each symbol is represented by an integer, or more specifically, a 7-bit binary number. Unicode is exactly the same thing as ASCII for all the characters, but Unicode can use more bits than ASCII, so it represents a wider range of different symbols. I hope you guys enjoy my presentations for the first two part of network fundamentals. Please stay tuned for Victoria in part 2.